Why don't we call the meeting to order, if you would take roll.
No. By himself.
Giff,
Here.
Forth, Gardner,
Here.
Preston,
Here.
Dubinsky, here, Huddleston,
Here.
Weiss,
Here.
Ackley,
Here.
Whitfield,
Here.
Cheney, Bernat. We have a quorum.
Would you all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a public meeting which is subject to the Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A current copy of that law and the rules and guidelines for this meeting are posted on the north wall of this room, and they're also posted online at the Sarpy County website under the Planning Commission page. This evening we have with us Jason Kubicek with the Planning Department, Kelly Jeck with Planning, Beth Garber, the Deputy County Administrator, Nicole Spitzenberger, Deputy County Attorney, Denny Wilson, Sarpy County Engineer, Jose Garcia, Technical Support, and Julie Ogden, representing the county from JEO Consulting. I'd also like to introduce a new commissioner this evening, Heather Dembinski. Welcome. Later on the agenda, we'll have a little opportunity for you to give us an introduction. The first item is, would anyone care to make a motion on the May 17th, 2022 minutes?
Motion to approve as written.
I'll second it.
Is that Mr. Giff?
Yeah.
So we have a motion by Ackley, a second by Giff. Please vote.
Seven votes for, one abstention. Dubinsky, motion carries.
Thank you. For the regular agenda this evening, I will introduce each case. This evening we just have one, and then staff will present each detailed application on this agenda and provide a recommended action. After the staff has presented the case, I will open the public hearing process. All individuals who provide testimony shall state their name prior to any testimony. 5 minutes are allowed for the applicant. A portion of this time may be reserved for other representatives of the applicant. 5 minutes are allowed for a representative of an opponent, if there are any. And then we allow 2 minutes for other individuals wishing to speak on the proposed action. After this public testimony, I shall close the public hearing process. The proposed matter may be debated and discussed amongst members of the Planning Commission. Commissioners may question any person without the requirement of rebuttal, and there's no time limit for this discussion. Following the Planning Commission's discussion of the case, I shall ask the Commission what action they wish to take. A recommendation for action from a Planning Commissioner can be to approve with changes, to disapprove, or to table. Following acceptance of a motion and a second, I will call for a vote of the Commission. Commissioners should vote when called upon. This evening, agenda item 1 is Richard and Mary Reineke have submitted applications for consideration of rezoning, a preliminary plat, and a final plat. I believe the presentation will cover all 3 items, but if the Commission desires to vote, I believe we would like to see separate motions and votes for each item.
Correct. Yes. Thank you, Commissioners. Good evening. Richard and Mary Reineke are proposing 4 lots, 4 single-family residences, and 2 outlots for a property generally located south of 176th Street and Cornish Road. and north of Highway 31. The existing condition of the site is wooded and steep terrain with one existing single-family residential structure and accessory buildings, and then one single-family residential structure which is under construction currently. The existing zoning is agricultural farming with conservation development overlay. Outlets A and B will include the 40% conservation area set aside required by the conservation development overlay. Lot 1 and 2 have approved access points to Highway 31. Lot 3 will utilize a dedicated access easement across Lot 1 and Outlot B. Lot 4 will utilize an existing access easement to 176th Street. And 66 feet of right-of-way is being dedicated south of Lot 3 for access to Outlot B. For wastewater, each lot will be served by individual septic systems. The preliminary plat indicates the location of the existing septic on Lot 4 and Lot 1. Let me get to that. For water, the applicant has advised that each lot will connect to one of the 2 existing private wells. All current and proposed easements for water line connection will need to be shown with instrument numbers on the final plat before a county board hearing is scheduled to approve the final plat. Staff recommends approval of the change of zone from AG to AGD and AGR for a proposed subdivision to be known as Reineke Acres, lots 1 through 4 and outlots A and B, subject to the comments found in the staff report and attachments. Staff makes this recommendation as the proposal is consistent with the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and complies with the requirements of the Sarpy County zoning regulations. Staff also recommends approval of a preliminary and final plat of the subdivision to be known as Reineke Acres, Lot 1 through 4, or lots 1 through 4 and outlot A and B, subject to the comments and attachments in the Planning Department recommendation as the proposal is consistent with the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and meets the intent of the Sarpy County zoning and subdivision regulations. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for staff?
Yeah, but I'll wait.
Okay. With that, I'll open the public hearing and ask if there's a representative of the applicant who would like to speak to the matter. Are you a representative of the applicant? Yes. If you'd like to speak, you can come forward. And if you wouldn't mind stating your name and signing in, if there's a sign in there.
Yep, my name is Richard Reineke. Alrighty. What's the next step here?
Feel free to,
Tell you what's going on?
sure.
Okay, as far as the 4 people living there, one of those people, my wife and I is living there, and we sold our house just this week, last week, and then new people moved in it. So where we lived is another house. We're just adding on 2. And the reason for that is I have my son here and my grandson, and I kind of want to keep them in Sarpy County. I want to keep them around here. Sometimes I need help picking up heavy duties and stuff. And anyway, I guess, I don't know how to say this, really. They're going to move out there anyway. Because if we can't get this to work, then we have enough property that they can each have 20 acres. And then I think we wouldn't go before the board or anything for that. Is that correct?
If you would, to split, lot split 20 acres and above, you can go through the
20
register.
acres.
Yeah, you can go through the Register of Deeds.
And just take that done.
Yeah, if that's,
Okay, all right. But I don't want to do that, okay?
Okay.
And the reason is that I don't want to populate that area. We're all out in the timbers there, and it's pretty nice. So what I'm suggesting is that that my son, my grandson, has 11 acres south of the existing place, and then my son would have 5 acres. And that would then, we would have a conservation easement. We could have 35 acres in that, where no one can ever build there again. It would be just us and our neighbors. Otherwise, if we don't do that, someone else down the road, someone else could buy the place and just, here, let's put in houses here. Because Sarpy County might change it sometime to have like 3-acre plots, you know. So that would kind of populate it. So I'm looking for approval to get for that.
Okay,
That's it?
well, thank you, sir.
Okay, you bet.
Is there anyone anyone else here this evening who would like to speak to this matter? Seeing none, I guess I'd like to close the public hearing and would ask the commission if you have any other item.
Yeah, I've got 2 questions. In regards to Outlot B, in your remarks, you mentioned that 66-foot right-of-way to get to Outlot B. Why are we requiring right-of-way to get to an outlot that can never be built, that's being set aside as a...
That right-of-way was initially there for a proposed lot, another lot that was out there. So it is also in anticipation of adding another lot at some point in time potentially, or connecting to make connection to Highway 31 potentially. That's the reason it was kept in there from the initial proposal that was brought to our office. So that's kind of what happened there. There's 180th Street there on the west property line is closed due to a bridge out in that area. And if there's technical questions on that, I know Denny's here as well, but it's possible that another route to go down to Highway 31 would be to use that easement at some point in time, but.
Well, that accounts for the north-south, but what about that east-west chunk?
East-west chunk as in?
66 feet of dedicated or right-of-way. The north-south is only a 33-foot dedication, which makes sense.
33 because it's half
Right.
of that property, and this is wholly within their own area.
So my question is, why are we dedicating right-of-way for access to an outlot that can never be built on? That will always be...
There's enough area there to add another lot in Outlot B without disrupting the conservation easement. There's enough area in there.
So they have some of the 40% left. Mm-hmm. Okay, leads to the next question. The words conservation easement were mentioned. Is this going to be a true conservation easement where the gentleman from Lincoln comes up and gives... So no, this is a set-aside outlot for the conservation overlay. It does not have an easement on it.
It will be you're right, it'll be a set-aside for the Conservation Overlay Development District, but it won't be the traditional statutory conservation and preservation easement in that sense. But it'll meet the zoning regulations.
Okay.
Does that work?
And lastly, Mr. Wilson, what are the odds 180th Street ever goes through to Highway 31, through the gullies and the hills and...
Good evening, Commissioners. I doubt it will happen, at least not in the near future. We're currently looking at a road study to determine where the arterials may be best suited for Sarpy County. We know a lot of this is starting to explode. We're bringing in sanitary sewers. So it's hard to say, but right now we've got a forest of trees to the north. We have the cavity basically where the bridge was taken out, and a number of places would probably require some culverts. So it'd be quite a bit of difficulty there.
Thanks.
Any other questions from the commission? Sir, hold on just one second. This is time set aside for the commission right now. You're okay?
I'm perfect, thank you.
Did you have a question for the commission? Do I, what's the procedure?
You're allowed to open the public hearing.
Reopen the public hearing?
Yeah.
Okay,
You would just mark it open, and then you'd want to close it again when you're done.
okay. I guess I'll reopen the public hearing so you can come forward, and if you wouldn't mind giving us your name and signing in.
My name is James Thompson. I was given this paper, and it's got nothing on it about what you guys are talking about. I can't no more see that stuff up there on the wall than the man on the moon. But I own everything to the west of all this stuff, and had it for, I don't know, 12 years or so, and never had a snowplow down 180th Street yet because it's closed, I guess, but I'd like to see 180th Street open to the point where they at least maintain it and plow it. I mean, I pay $25,000 a year in taxes, and haven't ever had a snowplow down there.
Okay.
And then, like I said, my piece of paper doesn't show any of this stuff that you guys are talking about.
So do you have any questions or points about the application itself, the reason?
Well, the application, that I should be given a piece of paper that shows what you're talking about. Does that make sense? When you're talking about easements and this and that, and
If you'd like, I can go run a copy off for you.
just like, you're talking about lots 1, 2,
You got
3,
me.
4, there's not one lot on mine.
Yeah,
Not
that's a
one number.
portion of the agenda.
Jason, you can have mine.
Yeah, I've got one here. That's the staff report.
So back to 180th Street then. I guess I'm all for doing something with 180th Street to plow the snow and possibly maintain it a little bit.
That would be the preliminary plat right there.
This one. And that's showing those easements on there?
Yeah. Do you want me to bring it up? Can you see the screen from?
No, I guess an easement doesn't really have anything to do with me, so I'm not into that, I guess. But
Well, your comments regarding 180th Street are a matter of the public record, and we have representatives of the county here, and that information will be passed along.
okay,
So we appreciate your input. If there's no one else who wishes to speak to this item, I'll close the public hearing. And I'll ask the commissioners if there's no further discussion, would anyone care to make a motion?
I will move to recommend approval of the change of zone from AG Agricultural to AGD Agricultural Development and AGR Agricultural Residential for a proposed subdivision to be known as Reineke Acres, lots 1 through 4, and outlots A and B, subject to the comments found in the staff report submitted in the packet, and the lots to be zoned as follows. Lots 1, 4, and outlot B will remain zoned AG, minimum 20 acres. Lot 3 and outlot A to be rezoned AGD, minimum 10 acres. Lot 2 to be rezoned AGR, minimum 5 acres. As this proposal is consistent with the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and complies with the requirements of the Sarpy County zoning regulations.
Second.
So we have a motion by Preston, a second by Ackley. If there's no further discussion, please vote.
Marty, how would you like? 8 votes for, motion carries.
And I will move to recommend approval of a preliminary plat of the subdivision to be known as Reineke Acres, lots 1 through 4, and outlots A and B, subject to the comments and attachments in the Planning Department recommendation report, as the proposal is consistent with the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and meets the intent of the Sarpy County zoning and subdivision regulations.
Second.
We have a motion by Preston, a second by Ackley. If there's no further discussion, please vote.
Eight votes for, motion carries.
Okay, and I will move to recommend approval of a final plat of the subdivision to be known as Reineke Acres, lots 1 through 4, and outlots A and B, subject to the comments and attachments in the Planning Department recommendation report, as the proposal is consistent with the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and meets the intent of the Sarpy County zoning and subdivision regulations.
Second.
We have a motion by Preston, a second by Ackley. No further discussion, please vote.
Eight votes for, motion carries.
Thank you. That concludes the regular agenda. On the correspondence agenda, the first item is commissioner reports. Does anyone have anything they would like to report on this evening? And as I mentioned to begin the meeting, if you would like to give a little introduction of yourself to the commission, that would be great.
Sure. My name is Heather Dubinsky. I grew up in Sarpy County. I now reside in Gretna. I got my license for real estate in 2012. Started with Mark Boyer and Tim Young in 2013 in land development. Since then, we were acquired by Helper Realty out of Des Moines. I've been working there since 2008 as director of land sales. So that's kind of where my history comes from and brings me here today.
Great. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Planning Department's report? Yeah. Yep, just a few things to report on. Since we were not able to meet last month, I'll just kind of give a report since the May Planning Commission, what's happened at County Board. Lot 40 at Villa Springs was rezoned. That rezoning was approved. The final plat of a subdivision for River Ranch subdivision was approved. Seems like forever ago, and then a home occupation to allow a salon in 16210 Greenleaf Street was approved. Bojanski addition, adding outlots or rearranging outlots out there at Hanson Lake was also approved. And then I just wanted to give an update. I've emailed just tonight and I passed out. If I missed some of you, let me know. I've got other papers just with the save the date for the MPZA conference. They don't have an agenda released yet, so that might tell you whether you want to go or not. But I think registration is open. I was able to put in a registration. I didn't get a response yet, but so if you want to register, you can go ahead and do so on that link that I emailed, or let me know and I can help with that process as well. So yeah, that's all I have, though.
Great, thank you. And it looks like the next meeting is August 16th?
Yeah. We're pretty confident we'll have a meeting for that. We've got a couple items that are coming, so
Okay.
pretty confident we'll have something.
Unless there's any other comments from the commission, I think we'll adjourn the meeting.
Very good.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Guys.